Deep work versus shallow work. Deep work is when you're working to master a idea or a specific skill set without any distraction. Cal Newport said that there's two core abilities to thrive in this new economy. And so the first ability is the ability to master hard things. And the second one is the ability to produce at a elite level in terms of quality and speed. So the formula for deep work is time intensity equal to quality of work. So I really like this big idea from Malcolm Gladwell, the tipping point, the 10,000 hour rule. He said that elite performer have 10,000 hours of practice, and good students have 8,000 hours of practice, and future teacher have 4,000 hours of practice. So I really like this illustration from the 4-Hour Chef. So Bradley, he's actually a professional surfer. So I really like how Bradley from the 4-Hour Chef, I really like this illustration. He's a professional surfer. And so he have a 4-step process. And so he breaks down step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4. And so he masters step 1. He get into the motion really good. He practiced really good until he get mastery of it. And then he moved to step 2 to practice to get mastery, and then step 3 and step 4. And so what he do after he practiced all 4 steps, he combined all 4 steps together. So instead of practicing all 4 steps at the same time and making a lot of mistakes, he just break down the process into four different steps, and he masters step 1 first, and then step 2, step 3, and step 4. So shallow work is when you're mastering a idea or a skill set and you're constantly being interrupted by social media, your family, the window, birds flying by, car driving by, your cell phone, alarm, movie. How can you possibly master anything if you're constantly getting interrupted? Like Michael Jordan, he's one of the best all-time player for basketball. Can you imagine him like being the best at basketball when he's constantly being interrupted by people? He's practicing shooting basketball and people stopping him and it's like, hey, oh wait, hey, wait, can we take a picture? Can I have your autograph, or can I interview you? How can Michael Jordan possibly practice if he's constantly getting interrupted? So research showed that a novice person can do deep work for 1 hour per day, and for expert can go up to 4 hours per day. Big idea number 2, shut down complete and the Zeigarnik effect. So the Zeigarnik effect is when you're working on a task or a project and you're not finished, and so your mind is going to constantly fight for your attention to remind you and to tell you like, hey, you're not finished. It's going to constantly remind you that, hey, you're not finished. So even you say that, hey, I'm done with work until tomorrow, until 5 p.m. It's going to constantly remind you. So shut down complete is a Cal Newport. He has a ritual. He say after 5:30 p.m. I'm done with work. Shut down complete. And so I'm going to spend time with my wife, my family, my kids. And so he's not going to think about work. His mind is free, because the moment he says shut down complete, it's okay to release work until tomorrow. The psychiatrists Roy Bannister and E.J. Massey Campbell, they did a researcher on the Zeigarnik effect. What they did is they gave a group of researchers a task to accomplish, to complete. And so what they did is that they interrupted them. And so what they found is that to reduce the impact of the effect, they asked the researcher to write down very specific goal of how they're going to accomplish, or like how to finish this task. And so just by writing down their goals, it helps free the researcher's mind, because like the moment you write down your goals of what you need to accomplish, it helps free your mind, because like you no longer have to think about what you need to do, right? Big idea number 3, become hard to reach. So in 2012 New York Times blog, Tim Credder, the easiest cartoonist, he said that I'm the most laziest and ambitious person ever. He said because of professional obligation, my email box is full and problem that now I need to solve that I don't even want to solve. And so his solution is to like run away to a undisclosed location, library, and there's no internet, there's no TV, and after months, he said that I can finally get some work done. When you put yourself in a hard to reach position, ask yourself, what's the one thing that I can do, that I can work on, that will make my life and everything else become unnecessary, right? So you have a to-do list, and so, but I want you to create a success list, right? So the 80-20 principle says that 20% of the effort will lead to 80% of the result. However, we're going to take it to the next level. And so it's called the extreme 20 principle. So imagine you have 25 things that you need to work on your success list, right? So 25 times 20% is going to be 5, right? So, but we're going to take it to the next level. We're going to times it by another 20%. So you're going to end up with the one thing. So we're going to identify the one thing from your success list that will have the most impact if you work on today or you work on this whole week, that will have the most impact on your personal or professional life. Big idea number 4, willpower. So Roy Bannister has established the following truth about willpower. So what he's saying that we have limited finite of willpower each day, and these are some of the common distractions that still are willpower away. Surfing the internet, social media, listening to music, watching TV, watching a movie, right? So he said that we should set very specific goals and have routine and ritual, right? The reason why is because we have limited finite of willpower. So if we're watching a movie or TV, or we're on social media and we immediately switch to a demanding task or a project, right? It's going to take a lot of willpower. And so because we have limited finite of willpower, he said that we should set very specific goals so that we won't get distracted. So I want to just elaborate into help explain willpower to just really help you help you understand willpower, right? So imagine your cell phone battery, right? Like at nighttime you would charge your cell phone battery, right? In the morning you wake up, you have a full battery charge for your cell phone, right? And at 12 to 1 p.m. your cell phone battery is like at 70%, right? Because you're texting, you're surfing the internet, you're listening to music. At 5 p.m. is like at 60-50%. At 8 p.m., 9 p.m. is probably like at 20-30%, right? So in order for you to charge your phone, for you to get more battery, you need to charge your cell phone battery, right? And it's going to take like minimum like 2 hours, right? And so actually our body works the same way as a cell phone battery. In order for us to get more willpower, we need to go to sleep, right? So that's why we want to use our willpower wisely to establish habit so that it can run automatically. Big idea number 5, fixed schedule productivity. So Cal Newport is in 65 different email conversation, and he only sent out 5 emails after 5:30 p.m. and he's very firm on his goal. After 5:30 p.m. I will no longer work. And so I really love Cal Newport. What he does is like he go back and analyze of how he spent his time, and then he come up with productivity schedule to improve, to actually get even better of how he spent his time. Like, how can I do this more effective? I'm doing it this way, but can I find a better way to do it in even faster or even better, right? So I love that. And so Cal Newport tells a very interesting story about Nepal. Nepal is a new teacher, and she worked from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and she realized that she can't maintain this kind of lifestyle because she has a kid. She told herself that I will only work 50 hours per week, and after that it's like no more. It's like it's done. What she did is that she went back and analyzed of how she spent her time, and she realized that she's attending too many teachers conference, because typically teachers, they would attend 12 to 24 meeting. And it's a big commitment attending these teachers conference, because you have to drive or you have to go to the airport, fly to different state or different city. And not only that, you have to give presentation, you have to write, you have to give speech. And so it's a big commitment. She told herself that she will only attend 5 teachers conference right? And that's a big, huge time saver because instead of attending 12 to 24 conference, she's only attending 5. Awareness is the key to change. You can't change what you don't know. So for the next 3 to 5 days, I want you to just take out a piece of notebook right here. Just take out a piece of notebook and just write down exactly the time and exactly what you did, right? So the reason why you write everything down on a piece of notebook is to track up how you spend your time. You can't change if you don't know how you spend your time. So awareness is the key. All right, so I'm gonna give you an example. All right, so for the past 15, 20 years, right, the first thing that I do when I come home is I watch anime. Guilty, all right, caught, caught in 4K, guilty. I, I, I honestly didn't know this. I didn't realize this, that the first thing I do is when I come home is I watch anime. I wouldn't be able to change that if I wasn't aware, if I didn't know that. So I realized that just by doing this exercise, just by writing everything down on a piece of paper, and I see how I spend my time. Right. So if you pick up your phone 8:30, right, and then 8:45 you pick up your phone again, great. Write it down. you're going to see how you spend your time. So the compound effect by Darren Hardy, keeping your scorecard. He says that pick an area in your life where you want to be the most successful in. If you want to get out of debt, you want keep track of everything of how you spend your money. He said if you want to lose weight, keep track of everything that you put in your mouth, right? So a bonus big idea is multitasking plus task switching. So Sophie Leroy, a professor at the University of Michigan, in 2009 paper titled called "Why is it so hard to get work done?" So she mentioned the effect of attention residue. So she said that if you're working on task A and you switch to task B, right, you're going to perform a lot worse because your mind is still thinking about task A. Right, so they did a research. They have group A, they have them do puzzle and they interrupted them. And they say, hey, I need you to go do something challenging, I need you to go make some hiring decision and I need you to read some resume paper. And group B, they have them do some word puzzle and then after they're finished, they have them go read some resume and make some hiring decision. And so what they found is that group B actually performed better. And so through the experiment, they found that people with less residue actually perform worse. So through the experiment, what they found is that people with more attention residue actually perform worse. So I want to just elaborate on the multitasking and task switching just to better help you understand. So imagine you're watching a TV crime scene and you have Facebook, YouTube on, Instagram, TikTok on, and you go back and do deep work and you go back and work on your project or homework, right? And then because the attention residue, you're going to perform a lot worse. Attention residue is like because you're constantly thinking about the crime scene. What did they catch the killer? What happened to their parents? Did their parents find out? Where did they catch the killer? So all these questions come to your mind and then see like how can you possibly work on your project when you're constantly, when your mind is constantly thinking about all these questions, right? So this is what they mean by multitasking and task switching. When you have all these thoughts in your mind, you're going to perform a lot worse. If you learn something new from deep work, you're going to love Lewis Howes' The Greatness Mindset. He does hundreds of interviews with very successful entrepreneur and he put all his best idea into that book. You can check out the book by clicking this link right here.